Good morning. Welcome back. Today I got my godson Andreas. Say hello.
Hi.
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 All right.
Hello.
We're making breakfast. We're doing something I grew up on, and it's been a very busy morning here at the Sargent household. We've already made some sourdough bread, made this loaf of bread, got my sourdough starter over here. We've also harvested a bunch of beans from the garden, right? We went out and got some beans.
Yep.
All right. So, what are we doing with this bread?
So we're going to like make slices of bread and like put a hole in the middle.
Yeah.
And then put eggs in it.
So yeah, what if you didn't hear that? We're gonna cut slices of this bread. We're gonna cut holes out, and then we're gonna put eggs in the middle of it, and we're gonna cook it on the skillet. So I grew up with this, and it was called eggs in a hole in my house. There's a ton of different names for it. Eggs in a basket, Texas One Eyes, but I call it egg in a hole. So first things first, you always want to have a cup that you can use to cut the hole in the bread, and you want to make sure that it is in like around the right size to cut that hole in the bread. So if I were using store-bought, I would use a smaller cup, but considering we made this loaf and it's only a few hours old, not even a few hours old, it's still warm. But if you look at the size, this cup is going to be perfect. You think this cup is going to be perfect?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. So I'm going to cut some nice big slices.
Yep.
How many of us are here?
There is at least like 4.
There's 4 of us?
Yeah, 4 of
So
us.
we're going to cut 4 nice big slices of bread.
Yeah. So.
Look at how big and fat those are.
Yeah.
Those are going to be great, right?
Yep.
1.
Mm-hmm.
2.
So do we only cut 2? 1 for each?
1 each, yep.
Yeah. I thought it was 2 for each.
Ah. If we were using regular bread, store-bought bread, then I would probably do 2 each. But we're slicing bread thickness about 2 slices. So maybe we can put 2 eggs in each. What about that, huh?
Yeah.
What? Okay. So.
Can I feed this big loaf of bread to the bird or something?
No, that one's a keeper.
Yeah.
So now that we have these, right, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
Push this right down into the center, and it pulls this part out.
Maybe
See that?
I can use the circle.
You want to do one? All right, be careful with the glass though, so it doesn't break, okay? Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
All right?
I never knew that.
Yeah.
That cubs could do that.
Yeah, man. All right. You want to do the last one?
Yep.
All right. Push it down and give it a twist. Almost.
Almost.
A little more, yeah. There it is. Okay, cool. So first thing I like to do is, considering eggs cook pretty quick, I always toast one side of the bread, but I'll always start by throwing on the bread saucers, the bread UFOs, the alien spaceships.
Yeah.
So we need to get some butter. We got here.
If we could squish them and turn them into a ball, call them a bread ball.
Yeah. And then we have that fancy little spatula. Soft butter, right?
Yeah. Put butter on it.
Got butter on
I
it.
think the next ingredient is eggs.
Boom.
I think
Soon.
Next ingredient is eggs.
Soon. All right. So we're gonna get butter on these little UFOs.
The butter is like the batteries.
It's the butters to make it so it gets toasted and it looks pretty, right?
And it looks so
And it
bigger,
tastes
so
good.
It becomes shiny and
Yeah.
batteries.
Okay. And now we want to butter this up.
Just like so do I just like
Remember, hold it like a. You want to use the bottom of this as the spreader, and you keep the butter on the bottom of it.
Yep.
You see? Okay.
Like this?
Like this. You're smearing.
And now I get it.
Yeah?
You just like slide
And
it
now
over.
that I have some left over, smear. Smear, okay. And now we can do the next one, all right? Here you go. So,
Yeah.
we'll grab a little on the bottom.
Yep.
and then smear.
Like this?
Nope. Remember, smear.
Oh, like that, like angled. Like
Yeah, it's
that.
got to be angled. And then you scoop up leftover and you spread it. Feel that?
Yeah.
Okay. Oof,
All buttery.
it's gonna be hard to fit all these, huh?
You can play with this.
Let's see if I can do it like this. That's better. Sometimes it's all about rethinking how you're putting them on there. Okay? So now that we have these all buttered and they're on the griddle
All
and they're
buttered
toasting,
and all
so now we can use these as a gauge on how toasty it's gonna
They
get.
kind of act like pancakes too.
See? Because now we're getting color.
They kind of act like pancakes.
Maybe,
too,
huh?
Like the like brownish.
Maybe we
thing
can
that
move this
goes
one over here because there's
like
no room,
when it's cooked.
right? So then we can push this over. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. All about organization, right? See how we spaced it all out and now everything's got a little bit, now everything has its own room, right? It's got its own space. So I think these are big enough for 2 eggs. So now that we have these toasted on one side, we know that we're getting close on these. So now that we flip these, we want to scoop a little bit of butter inside of them. So while we were waiting for these to toast, we went ahead and we cracked all the eggs for what we're cooking here. So what do we got over here, bud?
And on each bowl, like there's that
How many eggs in each bowl?
2 eggs in each bowl.
Yeah, and that's because we're going to put, what, 2 eggs in each bread, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Breads
2 eggs in each bread.
and wait.
All right. So we put a little bit of butter inside of here so that when we drop the eggs in, they don't get stuck, right? Also, that butter will get onto the back side of the bread so that it becomes toasted.
Yep.
Okay? Take the eggs,
Yeah.
pour them right in. Grab a bowl.
Right in. So you got to those are the
Pour
two.
it right into there, yep. Okay.
Whoa. I gotta get the other one.
Yeah, grab the other one.
We
All right, right into that one.
there.
Okay.
No.
Cool, bud.
Everything in it.
Nice job.
That's me.
All right.
And then
So now
put
we
it-
wait for these to cook.
Yep.
And then they should get to a point where we can flip them. And we've already toasted this side, so we don't have to leave it on this side for very long. So by the time these eggs have cooked, we should have toasted the back side of this bread. And then they're ready to go. That is the Texas 1-eye, or as these are now, is the Texas 2-eyes, or the eggs in a hole. So these are pretty big. I can't wait to eat these. Can you wait to eat these?
Yeah.
You ever had one of these before?
Nope.
No? First time?
I can't wait to eat that
Dude,
first time.
It's gonna be so good, right?
Yep.
All right. So we'll be back when these are done. We'll show you guys what it looks like. Give you a little flip. But you see that the eggs bubble up. It's important that you kind of pop those little air bubbles once in a while. Otherwise, the egg will cook unevenly. So you see an air bubble, pop it. And then once the yolks, once the egg whites are like 65% cooked, and you feel like you can probably flip it without an issue, that's when you flip it. And I like my eggs over easy, so I'm only gonna flip it for just long enough to cook that top, just enough to seal it in. And that's it. And then we take them off, put them on the plates, and we use these to dip into the yolk. You'll see in just a few minutes. All right. We think we're ready to flip?
Yep.
I think we're ready to flip.
Yep.
So the eggs are about 60% of the way. We still got some clear on the top. Now is when you flip.
Is that?
Boom. And you see we got some nice toasting on the back side of this bread. The eggs are about ready. This is only, you only need to have this flip for just long enough to seal that egg on the other side. Got our 4 plates out here. What does it mean? What is it called when we have everything in its place again?
Need some plus.
Dude, nice job. That's right. Mise en place. Everything is in its place. Everything has its place. All right, so that should do it, right? Look at that. Sealed up.
Yeah. Sealed up.
Boom.
Hiya.
Hiya. Like a ninja.
Hiya. Oh, you're gonna help. That.
Egg in a hole. That's how we do it,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
All right.
Oh.